Hi guys!
Hi.
Oh, I called for this Zoom meeting because we need to prepare for the upcoming live webinar on secrets to essay writing happening on Sunday, 4th April. We'll be sharing with the Sec3 and 4 students skills and techniques which they can use to score well in their essay writing. Since you have many years of teaching upper secondary students, I'd like to know, what are some of the problems your students face in essay writing?
I think for a start, many students may not even know how to choose the correct essay question.
Yes, I totally agree. Choosing the correct essay question is the first step to take if students wish to score well. Many students tend to choose questions that sound fun or exciting to write. For example, look at 2 essay questions. Question 1. How far do you agree that examinations should be made a thing of the past? Question 2. Describe your favorite book. What lessons did you learn from reading it?
Question 1 on exam sounds really interesting. Since I have strong opinions on the topic, I'll choose that question.
At first glance, question 1 certainly sounds like tremendous fun. However, students need to think again. Do they have enough points? Can they find relevant examples to support their views? So what I think is, for students who have a limited breadth of current affairs and general knowledge, it would be wiser for them to attempt question 2.
Actually, in class, students are given a lot of content material on a wide range of examinable topics, such as science and technology, sports, education, etc. So they really should be making full use of these resources. They should also sign up for our webinar to learn how to write better essays.
These are really good points that you have brought up. What other problems do our students face in writing?
Many students jump straight into writing after choosing their question. In order to write well, they should spend the first 5 minutes or so planning what to write. Can a student start writing without first planning? What do you think, Mavis?
The simple answer is yes, they can, but they shouldn't, because they will end up repeating the same idea in different ways, providing irrelevant content, having their ideas all over the place, and worst of all, confusing the reader who is the examiner. So when a student asks me this question, I'm guessing the student knows it is important to plan, but does not know how to create a useful plan.
I totally agree. So how can students create a good plan?
They have to use suitable templates and mental schemas to organize their ideas.
That's exactly what our students practice in our weekly English program before they start writing their essays. Tell you what, I'll share the template so that the webinar participants can also benefit from it.
The next question ties in well with the importance of planning. Now, students always ask this question: do I need to spend time analyzing the question? My answer is yes, of course. They should spend at least 5 minutes doing so to ensure they are on the right track. Now, first, they should be looking at question words, such as explain, discuss, describe, write about the time, to determine what essay type they have to write. Next, they need to see if there are 2 or even 3 parts to the question and ensure they address all these parts. I'm going to show an example of how we normally go about analyzing an essay question in our regular English class. For this actual O-level question, students should take note that there are 2 parts and they should be addressing both parts. At this point, they may decide on which part they should be focusing more on. The key phrase "explain your views" also indicates that students would have to approach it as an expository question. Next, students should zoom in on the keywords. This helps them to identify what the topic is and which aspects they should focus on. They also need to fully understand the definitions of key terms like essential or live without so that they can tackle the question relevantly.
This is really so important.
Yes, and if they don't analyze the question properly, they may end up writing irrelevant stuff, going out of point, and failing the paper. Okay, one more thing. Many of my students tell me that they are unsure about how to write a good conclusion. They ask me whether they should just copy the topic sentences from each of the paragraphs and then end off with a direct answer to the essay question. My answer to them is that, first of all, they need to understand the purpose of a conclusion. A conclusion is not just a summary of the essay, but an opportunity for the writer to drive home his point by making the reader feel the importance of what has been written. Having a strong emotional component in the conclusion is one of the secrets of good essay writing. Thanks for all your ideas. These are very good points which you have brought up. I'll add them to the other list of points which we'll share with the students at the webinar. Let's hope they learn something and start to score well in their essay writing exams.
There is so much students can learn from this webinar. Stephen, when is it happening? Could you share some details with us?
Yes, they should attend. Take a look at my screen on the details of this webinar.